Today we're digging into some seriously powerful wisdom that comes all the way from 1941, but honestly, it feels like it was written for this exact moment. It's all about the one thing you have total 100% control over, your attitude. Let's get into how it can completely flip the script on how you face life's biggest challenges.
So let's just start with a question that I think we've all asked ourselves at some point. Are life's problems, are they really as huge as they feel? You know that feeling, right? When you're facing something that just seems like this giant, impossible wall. It's a feeling we all know.
And that feeling brings us right to our first big idea, what we're calling the mountain in your mind. It's this concept that the way we perceive our problems can actually become a much bigger deal than the problem itself. Now, just look at the language on this slide. It's incredible. The source from 1941 describes our challenges as gigantic mountains, wild giants, and impenetrable darkness. I mean, wow, that perfectly nails that feeling of dread, that hopelessness we can sometimes fall into. It's such a powerful way to show how our own minds can blow our fears way out of proportion.
But here it is. Here's the pivot. The whole point the source is making is that this mountain, it isn't actually real. It's a perception, something that completely depends on how we interpret it. This is the first hint that the real power to change things isn't out there somewhere, it's inside us.
And that leads us to the absolute core of this whole philosophy, what we can call the attitude switch. The big idea here is that the problem isn't the circumstance itself. Nope, it's our attitude towards it.
Okay, so the source makes this really bold, almost kind of startling claim. It starts by talking about the world around you. You know, the situations you're in, all the things that seem to be just happening to you. And then it drops this bombshell. They are, in fact, your own creation. Now, hang on. This doesn't mean you're literally creating traffic jams or bad weather. What it means is your experience of those things, whether they feel like a total disaster or just another problem to solve, is shaped completely by what's going on inside your head.
So let's get really clear on what attitude means in this context. It's not just about slapping on a smile and thinking positive. It is an active thing. It's about how you accept and make use of whatever is happening. The events themselves, they're totally neutral. It's your attitude that decides if they're going to be a roadblock or a stepping stone.
All right, so this brings us to the practical stuff. If our reality is really shaped by our attitude, how do we actually become our own best ally instead of, our own worst enemy?
This quote just cuts right to the chase. It's about taking radical responsibility. No one else can save you, and no one else can defeat you. You're the one in the driver's seat. The choice to be a friend or an enemy to yourself, that is all on you.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? The enemy mindset is all about being powerless, feeling helpless, waiting around for someone else to fix things, and then blaming everyone when they don't. But the friend mindset, that's all about taking charge. It's about trying your best, relying on your own 2 feet, and taking ownership of your situation.
So how do we actually do this? Well, the source gives us a really clear 4-step path to becoming our own ally. First, just refuse to feel helpless. Second, stop counting on other people to be your rescue plan. Third, and this is a big one, let go of the blame game. And finally, the most important part, just commit 100% to trying your absolute best.
And here's the best part. There's a powerful promise that comes with that final step. The source calls it a law of nature. Every single sincere effort you make is a guaranteed step in the right direction. Success might not happen overnight, but progress, that's inevitable when your effort is real.
So what's the ultimate payoff for all of this, for adopting this whole mindset? Well, it's way bigger than just solving one little problem. It's about a lifelong reward.
See, the real prize here isn't something external, like success or money. It's an internal transformation. The goal is to refine your entire being, your attitude, your thoughts, your dreams, and by doing that, you awaken the best parts of yourself. The source calls these your virtuous instincts.
And look, this isn't a one-time fix. It's a cumulative process. Think of it like putting money in a savings account. Every positive thought, every good action, that's a deposit. And over time, those deposits build and build, creating this rich inner life and a real sense of purpose.
So, in the end, we're right back where we started. Those gigantic mountains and wild giants we talked about, they aren't really out there. They're inside us. And if your circumstances are truly just a reflection of your attitude, then the only question left to ask is, what will you choose to see?